And I hope all of you have a good week, and keep our fingers crossed that things turn around. But part of turning things around is rethinking of how Americans are going to live their lives, because the entire planet cannot live the way we live. Hey, I'm ready to cut back. I'll sell my stereo. Hey, when we switch over to digital television, I'm ready to give up my TV. It's an interesting thing. Okay, one more thing real quick. Harry Shearer, and I recommend this show, Les Show, by Harry Shearer, who does voices for The Simpsons. And he had a really excellent point, and he's very critical of the shift to digital broadcast television. The many people in their preparedness for disasters include a battery-operated television, a small analog television. And because of the deregulation of the media, many radio stations, local radio stations, are owned by big conglomerates. The most evil of them all is Clear Channel. People that bring us Rush Limbaugh and Michael Savage and Bill O'Reilly, I'm sure those are all Clear Channel. They're big supporters of the Republican Party. And they own most of AM radio media. So in your local town, your AM radio station, if there were to be a disaster, will not be able to give you local information, because they receive all their content from Clear Channel. That's not in your little town of Taos, New Mexico, or Flagstaff, Arizona, or Fresno. Television still, though, for those little towns, do have a local television station, do have local reporters, and in case of an emergency, if your analog television works, you would be able to get local information. Except not when we switch to digital. Because when we switch to digital television, that analog television is not going to work. And there are no battery-operated converter boxes for that little analog television. So it's something to think about, that the media is more than a capitalistic enterprise. The media, the airwaves, are owned by the people. It should not be purely for generating income, because the media provides a vital service, information, in case of an attack, in case of a disaster. And it should not be left entirely up to the whims of the market. And that is why, one of the reasons for pushing for a fairness doctrine, that is one of the other reasons for pushing for more regulation of the media. Even that jerk, Michael Savage, was talking about how the media is in the hands of too few people. And once in a very long time did I find myself agreeing with Michael Savage, because he's a big critic of Rupert Murdoch. And Rupert Murdoch has gobbled up much of American media. Well, that's it. That's a subject that's near and dear to my heart, the media. Probably more so than liberal or progressive ideas, because I feel if the media was a little more free and in the hands, taken out of the hands of the men that want to make money, or the men that want to make money, I think we'd be a little better off. One more thing about deregulation. That's what caused the Enron problem. And in that same story, they talk about the problems with the energy crisis in California, when our energy bills tripled within a month because of the problems with Enron. It's due to deregulation. There's so many things that should not be left to privatizing. Privatizing is not the answer, okay? Not the answer to everything. I mean, I'm okay with privately owned movie theaters and privately owned liquor stores and things like that. I'm okay with that. But I don't want privately owned water. I don't want privately owned electricity. You know what? I don't even like the idea of privately owned petroleum companies. I think the government, it should be state-owned. Call me a commie. You're wrong. That's not communism. It's a social democracy. All right. Anyway, cheers. Hey, I hope I didn't offend too many people. I know that some of my friends, live in both worlds and everything, And I try to keep an open mind. But those are my ideas. Those are my opinions. Have a good week, everyone. Cheers.